My name is Yehoshua Marchuck, and I welcome you to the NCSY Alumni YouTube channel. At the Pesach Seder, right after the Manishtana, we begin with Avadim Hayinu. That's the father's response to the child right after he finishes asking the 4 questions. At the Pesach Seder, immediately after the Manishtana, the head of the Seder responds back, Avadim Hayinu leParo b'Mitzrayim. We were slaves to Paro in Mitzrayim, but Hashem our God took us out from there with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. Had not the Holy One, blessed is He, Hashem, taken our fathers out from Mitzrayim, then we, our children's children, would have remained enslaved to Paro in Mitzrayim. Amazing, a fascinating point. There had never been, throughout all of history, a group of people that had been enslaved for so long a period of time. Let's go to Shmos, Perek Yud Ches, Pasuk Tes. V'yichad Yisro, and Yisro was excited. He was exuberant. He was happy. Al kol hatova, on all of the goodness. Asher asa Hashem liYisrael, that Hashem did to Klal Yisrael, to the Jewish people. Asher hitzilu miyad Mitzrayim, that He saved them from the hands of Mitzrayim. Rashi, on that point, Rashi on that pasuk says the following: Asher hitzilu miyad Mitzrayim, that Hashem saved us from the hands of Mitzrayim. And until that point, not even one Eved, not even one slave had escaped from Mitzrayim. Because the land was locked down. It was completely in a fortress setting. And then, all of a sudden, 600,000 men, 1 million Jews altogether in broad daylight, and marched right out of Mitzrayim. Unbelievable, unfathomable. Not even one slave in all those years ran away, was successful at running away from Mitzrayim. Understand that Mitzrayim was in the middle of a midbar. You walked outside and there was nowhere to go. But still they had such a lockdown, such a hold on the Jewish people there that not even one Jew was able to escape. The Ben Ish Chai goes ahead and looks at this word Mitzrayim. And he says Mitzrayim has 2 mems. One that begins the word and one that ends the word. The mem at the beginning of the word is open. It has that opening that you can crawl into the letter on the bottom. That's the way the Jews were welcomed into Mitzrayim. In Mitzrayim, Yaakov came down, Jacob our father, Yosef, the Shvatim, all the tribes, they all just came down and became part of society. It was welcomed and open to them. However, during the Meitzar, during that confinement while they were in Mitzrayim, things turned around, and in the end, there was a mem sofit, an end mem at the end of the word that went ahead and completely is enclosed. You cannot go in or out of that letter. You're just locked down and you can't get out. That was what the slavery of the Jews in Mitzrayim was all about. To the point that even our children, our children's children, would have still been there today. What does that mean? Yes, maybe we would have been emancipated, some suggest, but that slave mentality would have been with us forever. I want to relate a story to you that I heard from one of my rabbis, Rabbi Shmuel Brazil, about a gentleman he knew, Reuven. Reuven had survived through the Holocaust, and while he was in Eastern Europe prior to the Holocaust, he was learning in yeshiva with another boy, Donnie. And Donnie and Reuven ran together and went through the Holocaust together. Well, Reuven was completely connected with his emunah and faith to Hashem. And every day he realized that Hashem could turn things around in the blink of an eye. Ke'eref ayin. No matter what was going on, he believed that Hashem could save him at any moment and any time if he chose to. On the flip side, Donnie was having a little more difficulty going through the years in the Holocaust. And constantly Reuven was trying to encourage him, pump him with chizuk, to go ahead and say, no, Hashem could go ahead and save us ke'eref ayin, in the blink of an eye. Well, day and day went, day in and day came, and eventually it was that faithful day that they were so afraid of. They were now in the concentration camps, and it was their day for a selection. And they were standing there next to the gas chambers, and they were ordered to remove their clothing. They were ordered to go into the gas chambers, and the doors were closed solid. Donnie turned to Reuven. He says, Reuven, do you still believe? And Reuven looked at Donnie and says, if Hashem wants, He could save us ke'eref ayin, just like that. At that moment, the doors of the gas chamber opened up, and one of the SS soldiers looked in and started screaming. He says, we need men to come out to be able to pull out the bodies afterwards. And he pointed at Reuven and said, you come out. At that point, Donnie looked at Reuven and he said, I now get it. I now believe Hashem could save us ke'eref ayin, in the blink of an eye. please daven for me and remember the day that I pass from this world. And Ruvain has, and had for all these years, had kept the yahrzeit of Dani for all those years to come. I go ahead, I wish each one of us that we go into our own Pesach this year, and that we understand that each one of us is in our own Mitzrayim, that we have to need the opportunity from Hashem to break through and break out of it, to go from that closed mem and to be able to just walk away, but only with Hashem's help. Because we need to believe at any moment in time, just like that, Hashem can take us and save us. I wish all of you a happy Pesach and a Chag Kosher V'Sameach. Thank you for listening.